A well-adjusted person is one who makes the same mistake twice without getting nervous. I never expect a perfect work from an imperfect man. Those who stand for nothing fall for everything. Hard words are very rarely useful. Real firmness is good for everything. Strut is good for nothing. Experience is the oracle of truth, and where its responses are unequivocal, they ought to be conclusive and sacred. We must make the best of those ills, which cannot be avoided. I have thought it my duty to exhibit things as they are, not as they ought to be. Nobody expects to trust his body overmuch, after the age of 50. You should not have taken advantage of my sensibility, to steal into my affections without my consent. I have learned to hold popular opinion of no value. Give all the power to the many, they will oppress the few. Give all the power to the few, they will oppress the many. Why has government been instituted at all? Because the passions of man will not conform to the dictates of reason, and justice without constraint. Here, sir, the people govern, here they act by their immediate representatives. Vigor of government is essential to the security of liberty. If we must have an enemy at the head of government, let it be one whom we can oppose, and for whom we are not responsible. Real liberty is neither found in despotism, or the extremes of democracy, but in moderate governments. A national debt, if it is not excessive, will be to us a national blessing. All communities divide themselves into the few and the many. The first are the rich and well-born, the other the mass of the people. There is a certain enthusiasm in liberty, that makes human nature rise above itself, in acts of bravery and heroism. Men often oppose a thing merely because either they have had no agency in planning it, or because it may have been planned by those whom they dislike. The honor of a nation is its life. The passions of a revolution are apt to hurry even good men into excesses. Men are rather reasoning than reasonable animals, for the most part governed by the impulse of passion. In the general course of human nature, a power over a man's subsistence amounts to a power over his will. A powerful, victorious ally is yet another name for master. The best we can hope for concerning the people at large is that they be properly armed. Nature of war to increase the executive, at the expense of the legislative authority. When the sword is once drawn, the passions of men observe no bounds of moderation. In politics, as in religion, it is equally absurd to aim at making proselytes by fire and sword. Heresies in either can rarely be cured by persecution. The inquiry constantly is what will please, not what will benefit the people. In such a government there can be nothing but temporary expedient, fickleness, and folly.